Good morning and welcome, Royal Family. I'm Mary Rupert. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for allowing me in your space. I would like to get started. I won't be before you long, but this has just been pressing on my heart to continue to speak love through this whole entire pandemic that everyone is dealing with in their own special way. And I can't say that you're dealing with it in fear. I not say that you're dealing with it in love. I just say I know that we are all dealing with it. And I pray that as we're dealing with it, that we are dealing with it in such a facet that it is causing you to examine the heart, examine your love walk, examine your day, examine your seconds of your day. I remember telling a friend one day that you have to be mindful of your words. And I said, you have to just pay attention to the words that you're speaking out of your mouth. And I remember the comment back to me was saying, girl, nobody have time to pay attention to all the words that they speak out of their mouth. And I said, that's your choice. You do what you feel is best for you. But I know for me, I know I need to watch my words. And I think a lot of times we don't realize how much our words are impacting each other. Because when we use the words we, us, our, those words are impacting so many people, and we not even know that sometimes people's words are being put out into the universe, into the atmosphere, and to just in every area of our lives. We don't know what's being spoken over us. And we need to acknowledge the fact that as things are being spoken over us, sometimes we have to be able to go into go back into the area where is that we're not accepting anything less than love. Love is the greatest. Anything less than that, it needs to subside. It needs to go to the wayside. And we need not only just tell people that we love them, but we need to also exemplify it. We can get on these videos every single day. And as soon as this pandemic is over, people may or may not go back into their same ways, their same actions, or whatever may have you. People are operating out of fear, not knowing that they're putting more of that out than anything. Duality not work. It not work. We acknowledge that it exists, but you're not able to be double-minded. I must say this, I'm not telling you what to do, giving you something to think about. And that's what I do. I give people something to think about because everybody is not where I am and I'm not where they are. I am not putting anyone down. I'm not putting anyone on a pedestal but God. And I do say that when we can start growing and speaking more about love and stop speaking so much about this pandemic, can we start operating out of love? Can we start moving into love? And most people say love is weak. No, love is not weak. By no means necessary. Love is not weak. Imagine someone child up to two trucks and pulling that child apart because someone was exposed by this individual for what he had done with his wife. Maybe had he not said anything out to this gentleman, which is a public figure, which his dad to this day is gone, but the sons are left behind to carry the torch. Not the most happiest family in reference to giving them clout because this family is known for a lot of not so good things in their journey. But imagine that happening to your child. Can you still love that person through that? Because the love is not, whereas that, like I said before, when it's all cookie cutting and easy and bake oven and all that good type of stuff. Love is, can you love me through this? Can you love Donald Trump through what he's doing instead of giving him a defaming name? Let God deal with him accordingly, because that's the best person that can deal with anybody, whether he's doing what you feel is good or whether you're doing what you feel is bad. There you go with duality. The whole thing is that how are we sending people love? How are we sending them light? How are we even dealing with the aspects of what love truly means? And most people say, well, I'm not even sure what it means. Well, I can tell you this. It's the opposite of hate. It's the opposite of evil. It's the opposite of mean. It's the opposite of demonic. It's the opposite of that. And when you're feeling unease in this dis-ease situation, that lets you know you're not operating in love. Is it easy to say you're going to operate in love? I not tell you that. I not tell you that because I can only account for myself, even though we are all accountable for each other. Am I my brother's keeper? I am my brother's keeper, but I also have to be responsible for me because the direction and knowing how to love is first acknowledging if you have something that's in your heart that's dis-ease, if you have something in the mental state that's having you go north, south, east, and west, when you should be focusing on the direction of good, love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, fun. If you're not focusing on those areas, then that's a dis-ease in the heart. So work on the heart work. Because when you work on that mental state, which is telling you to go across the country, and you need to be standing right here, come on. We need to acknowledge that some things are going to take you some places that you not need to be or not want to go. But if you're allowing it to take you there, it's going to take you as far as you allow it. Until you say, stop, this is where it ends here and now, it has to obey. Remember, we have the dominion over things. I'm not saying we're not going to get nervous. I'm not saying that some things are not going to kick up in you to make you feel a little bit of nervousness. It is said, fear is the absence of, courage is the absence of fear, that something else is more important than fear. The brave may not live forever, but the cautious not live at all. And I'm going to say that I have been one of those cautious people. In my younger years, it was a little different, but I need to wake up. And I need to first, like I said before, what I was saying before in reference to learning how to get yourself back onto love walk. First, you got to acknowledge your heart and your mind. Where is it right now? Once you start acknowledging where it is, then start taking responsibility for where the mind and the heart is. Once you start taking responsibility for it, now start doing something about it. Now trying to change what is there in here so that you can be on the right path to journeying with love. You're not invited in. It's not going to force itself on you, just like God. God not force himself on any of us. He wants us to come by choice. That's the choice. He not messes with free will. Well, unless he needs you to do something, then he's going to do what he has to do. But sometimes we do play a part. And be mindful when you say, God, thy will be done. And then when certain situations occur, then you're trying to figure out what just happened here. God, where are you? Where are you? But remember, you said thy will be done, which means that you said you are allowing God to utilize you for his will. And when you're allowing God to utilize you for his will, none of us really know what that comes with. But when the fire starts to get a little blazing hot, we're ready to get out the fire. So they say you jump out of the fire, you jump out of the frying pan into the fire, jump out of the fire into the frying pan, whichever one it is. Acknowledge, take responsibility, do something about it. Ask for help. No one's not telling you to go around the world to ask, tell everybody your business. Nobody's not telling you to do that. But if you need some heart and brain work, mind work, you got to ask for help. And if it's just between you and God, that's the best you can talk to. And if you're an atheist, all I can say is that I'm not sure whom you go to for help or if you feel it's just you, but I'm willing to bet you, atheists or not, and this is not defaming or anybody that's atheist, please dare not think that's what I'm doing because I'm not. But I'm sure that many of you are God, oh Jesus, but you're atheist. So not saying you not know the name, but somehow you use the name. And if you're not using the name, well, hopefully you're getting to know him a little better. And I know many of us sit here and we say things like, well, this must be a God thing. This must be a Satan thing. Or it must, you know what? I don't know which one it is. I am learning, like in the book of Job, to keep my mouth off both of them because I not know. But if I not know, I do know this for a fact that I'm going to love and I'm going to love unconditionally. I have put no criteria on anyone in reference to what they're doing because we all came back here for a purpose. And our purpose, as I said in my last video, is to serve humanity. Why did you come back here? How much love are you putting out into this world? We're listening to the news. We're listening to each other. We're listening to so much. Some people having some fun. Some people making fun videos, which is awesome. Some people make videos about, different things. They put you in fright. You're watching this. You're looking at that. You're watching news all day, putting you in a panic. Are you aware that that is going out into the atmosphere? And you're trying to figure out why so much is happening? It's because we are decreasing in love and we're elevating anything other than that. We talk to the friends, we talk to the family about it, we talk about this. Oh, this thing is real. Oh, this is the end of days. Somebody's life just ended. You're talking about the end of days. If it is the end of days, how are you loving? How is your love walk? How is your love walk? If I have to come on this thing and say love every day, I love you, I love you, I love you, my love kiss, I mean it from my heart. I truly do. And I hope that we take this serious and are having fun. I know we have to make money. I know many people saying, girl, I can't make no money off love. But see, once you find your alignment in love and you start walking in the will of God, watch Him make your money flow more than you possibly imagine. See, we may not be where we want to be, but we're probably where we're supposed to be at this present moment. As it says, dare not despise small beginnings. Pay attention to the beginnings. So that way, when you become wealthy, rich, or whichever one God is going to place you, that you are humble in all thy ways, that you're sharing with the next person. Reach them, teach them. In love. Have some fun. No one's not telling you to not have fun. We're just saying, how much love are we putting out there? Do you think that if we created more love, that would elevate this thing, just this thing would start to dissipate? But if we create more hate, will this thing elevate? You figure out what it's doing. You figure out what's going on in your household. You figure out, are you loving in your heart? You figure out, are you enjoying your family at this present moment? You figure out if you all are learning each other. See, now, most of you can't really learn from your job because you're not there. But I know many of you are out there trying to figure out how to make more money, how to make more money, how to make more money. That's good because we do need to eat. We do need a roof over our head. We do need to have our transportation, our health. We need all of that. But if you walk in love, that can very well be taken care of, which means opportunities after opportunities after opportunities start to elevate itself in your life. And you're trying to figure out, like for me, I may be going through this thing with everybody else, but I also know that without love, none of this means nothing. The money means nothing. The houses mean nothing. The cars mean nothing. It means nothing if you not have love and you're not sharing. You're not helping. You're not teaching. You're hoarding. And when you hoard, that's a sin too. HOARD, hoard. I don't want anybody to think I'm calling anyone other name than that. But when you hoard things, that's not what God wants us to do. He wants us to share. He wants us to elevate in this area we call love. Tell a stranger you love them. Tell a stranger you love them and you appreciate them. And not that I'm trying to tell you what to do. And if you feel that I am, for that I do apologize. But I hope that more than anything, I'm giving you something to think about. And I have to acknowledge again, as I said earlier, everybody is not where I am and I'm not where they are. I'm not saying my elevation is any higher than yours or any lower than yours. I just know that in my walk and everything I do, I have to let love be my focal point. But I also have to make sure that I am discerning using the wisdom that God has given me in reference to walking this journey. And if I not use those things, I can be distracted and get off path. And when I'm not in a loving if I'm not loving in a way that you feel I should be loving, tap me on the shoulder and let me know. We got to hold each other accountable for how we're treating each other. If you keep getting angry at every little thing that occurs on this earth, you are putting that in the atmosphere. And what is it doing? It's setting off and making a big fire. To dilute the fire, put some love on it. As the young people say, level up. Let's level up. Because if we not start to work from love, grow from love, and allow it to enter into the heart space. See, right now, the opposite team is not very happy, probably with me saying this, but I send loving. I send unconditional, infinite, infinity, purest, greatest, authentic, genuine, perfect, true love to each and every one of you. I send it to the universe. I send it to Mother Earth. I send it to our Father God, Brother Jesus, Holy Spirit. I send love to your home and your family. And I say this from my heart, and I mean it. And I think that when we can start being genuine and loving one another in spite of what they're doing, because again, every knee will bow, every tongue will confess. We sitting here fighting something that is not our fight, not our fight. We're so busy fighting that we can't even love. We're fighting this. We're fighting a battle of that. We're fighting the battle of this. What are we loving our way through? Because when we do kneel, what conversation will you and God be having? What conversation would me and God will be having? I do want to hear those words. Good, well done, my good and faithful servant. I don't love you as a joke. I love you truly from my heart. I'm not saying people not make you angry. I'm not saying that, but it's how long you're going to hold on to the anger. Because remember, the conscious mind is only going to see the reality. The subconscious mind is waiting for you to give it a command. The superconscious mind is waiting for you to connect with him, and yourself. Find the true love in you. Love is truly the answer, no matter how much riches you have, no matter how many cars you have. You're not able to leave this earth with you. You're not. The legacy is how many lives you touched. How many lives have you touched as you're journeying on this journey? How much love have you put out truly from your heart? And people say, oh, you say this too much, you say this too much. No, I don't think sometimes to reiterate something helps a person remember. Because we know sometimes the mind can get you off track a little bit, and sometimes you may forget some things. And bless that mind, bless that mind. And I'm guilty of it. I could be sitting here looking for my glasses, and my glasses on the top of my head. Now, say most of you all have not done that, because I know you all have, so I mean, act like it happens. But anyway, I'm just saying that we must walk in love. We do forget some things. To reiterate something is so important. It really is, guys. And I think that the repetition is the all in the all. Because if you it's just like even if you're studying for a test, what are you doing? Your repetition, you're studying it over and over and over until you pass it. You're not past the fifth grade, what happened? You flunk. You just flunk. You're not past your flunk. You gotta repeat it. Repeat it. And once you repeat it, what do? Now you got it. So my repetition is love. And I send that out to each and every one of you. Love. Again, from my heart. Faith walk, guys. It's a faith walk. And I'm not saying that walking by faith is going to be easy. I'm not even saying it's hard. I'm just saying it is a walk that we must have. We must trust. And I know a lot of people have some trust issues. I get it. I truly do. But even through trusting, you still have to find your way back to love. Because I know when once someone hurt us, we can hold a shield over that heart. Bob, Jack, John, they're not getting in. And if Sally try to come and be kind, she's not getting in. So I'm just saying, if we don't learn this love walk right now, well, this is not the only pandemic that's going to occur. Watch love elevate some things off of this earth. And you know what pleases God more? Is when we love. Love without any conditions on it. And not hold yourself in condemnation if you've done something. Forgive yourself. Not saying there's not a consequence behind what you may have done, but forgive yourself. First, learn where you are, as I said before. You must first go to the root of the issue. And some people think, oh, that's a bad root. No, it's not a bad root. Just the root just needs to be wiped off a little bit. And then when it connects with love, watch the root flourish. Watch the root look as beautiful as it was already meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I say judge not unless you be judged. Pay attention, be alert, be awake, and be awakened to what you need to see, hear, and know, and what to do with the information. And most importantly, out of all that, help you to be able to handle what you're about to see, hear, and know. You want to send something out into the universe? Send some love. Send some joy. Send some peace. Send humanity all the love that it do so desires. Because it desires it so much that we forget about love. Love has been waiting for us to call on it. When we call on it, it will flow. It will flow. I just not say love enough. And I don't just mean it just to be saying it. I mean it from your heart. I mean, really mean it from your heart. Yes, it's easy to tell your son, your daughter, your mother, your father that you love them. But a stranger needs that too. And I know people say sometimes people are hard to love. Maybe the question is not that they're hard to love. Maybe it's giving you a challenge to elevate your love. So when we elevate our love, when we elevate our happiness, our peace, our serene, our euphoric, watch God. I mean, I just really believe that it puts a smile on God's face. I really do. And I just want you all to just know that when you please Him, you are elevating you're elevating so high that you just not even possibly imagine. Again, we get nervous about things, and it's okay. But just be mindful of how long you're staying in a state of mind of certain things. Call on somebody that you know that's going to give you the truth, not somebody that's going to be passive, somebody that's going to give you the truth. Because when you hear the truth, you can respect that more. But when somebody's being passive, how are you growing? You're not growing. That just not work for you. And if it does work for you, then that's where you are at that present moment and dare not judge you. Like I said before, reading the book of Job again, and after seeing all that he went through, that God allowed for him to go through what he went through for whatever reason, but the whole thing was not to curse God and die. He not cursed God and die. But I do remember when God had punished the other man that was speaking out of turn and thought that they were speaking and lifting God and had no idea what God was doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I also say be mindful of your words. Be mindful. Over all else, love. I love you. I hope that this has touched you. Subscribe or either like or not like. But again, we can't have everybody liking everything because everybody is where they are at their own given time and space. Again, I appreciate you all. I thank you for allowing me into your time and space. Go accordingly through your day. And again, tell someone you love them. And here's my love kiss. Take care. God bless. And I love you all. Till next time, I'll see you then. Bye.